Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm on my way to pick up my new glasses because they called me to tell me that they're here. Now I just want to give you an update quickly. I have a lot of stuff going on this week, including somebody that's coming to live with me. So more about that coming in the future. But I just want to give you a quick update. I haven't been doing homestead videos because number one, I was sick this week and I was going to post that video, but I just couldn't edit it. Another thing is I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes and working and preparing certain things, and all of that will come up in the videos that I have coming up for homesteading. So just bear with me as I get a little organized. I've been a little bit disorganized because I've been working on projects, and to be honest with you, for one person like me doing so much and then having to put cameras angles every single time for everything that I do, it just slows me down so much. And there's just some things that I just haven't been filming because I just have to get my projects done. And of course the weather affects as well. This week we've had a lot of rain, so I've just been really busy working at home, getting my taxes done for my business, and then I have my personal taxes that I have to work on as well coming up that are due next month. So you know, I fall behind a lot because of all of those things that I'm doing as well. And I'm not the kind of person that eats out. I'm not the kind of person that's like ordering in or none of that. I cook all of my meals. I mean, I'm going to be doing videos on showing you how I make my bread recipe, because my bread recipe, I make it in under 5 minutes. And I want to share that recipe with you so that you can learn to make your own bread. I make my own ice cream. I make so many of my own things, and these are tried and true recipes that once you try them, you're saying, I'm never going to buy ice cream again. I'm never going to buy bread again, because this bread is so good and so healthy and so easy to make. And a lot of other things that I make at home, because that's my life. My life is to be as self-sustainable as possible, and I'll talk more about that in the future, because I really realized lately with all of this crazy stuff going on in the world that, man, we have been like blindsided with the way the corporations have made everything so that we have to depend on them for every single thing. You know, I've been binge watching basically Little House on the Prairie for the last week because I missed a lot of episodes growing up, and I used to love that show. And I'm waiting for Yellowstone to come on Peacock because I subscribe to Peacock. It's only $5 a month, and the season 4 for Yellowstone is coming out on the 28th. So in the meantime, I'm watching Little House on the Prairie, and I'm on season 1, and I'm seeing like how simple these people live their lives, but how sustainable they were. I mean, everything that they did was based on, you know, growing their own food, teaching their own children, making their own gifts. You know, they've only went to the store to buy the necessity, and that's basically what I do. I don't go out unless I have to. Like, I have an appointment today, and if I'm going to be in that area to go pick up my glasses, well, this is the day that I go shopping for groceries in that area of town, because there happens to be a Sam's Club there and some other shops that I could shop at. I don't go shopping again after that. I go shopping on the days that I have to go out. I could be home for 2 to 3 weeks without going anywhere because gas is so expensive. And I realized back in the day, they didn't really have to pay for gas because Little House on the Prairie, they used to use carriages and horses. So, but us, we have to pay for gasoline. So you can see that you really have to plan a lot of the things that you're doing so that you also don't run out of things. Like, I have a tip with my bananas, and I'll share that with you in my homestead videos, of how I can have like a bunch of bananas at home, and I can be eating bananas for 2 weeks. And I'm going to share that video with you, because that's something that I have developed, because I love to eat bananas. I love to have a banana a day, but my bananas would go ripe and I'd have so many bananas. Plus, I'm also going to share with you an idea of what you can do also with bananas that are overripe. So all of those videos are coming up. I just need to transition from this project time in my life, which is the winter time, where I'm really focusing on a lot of projects, and hopefully this person that's coming too will also help me as well with a lot of the things that I have to do. So that's all coming up in the future. I also would like to do a nice little trip, short little trip, just to get away for a couple of days, go camping for 3 days at least. So hopefully that's something that I'll get done, and the weather won't be too hot for that. So that's something I have to plan for with the weather. I just wanted to share with you what's going on. I didn't forget about you guys. I mean, the censorship has been off the charts lately, and it's not just me. I see a lot of big channels also commenting about it. I mean, last month I didn't get paid. This month I have 700 videos. I've only made $10 this month, supposedly. But I'm going to show you here how they're also demonetizing my channel again. These are screenshots from my recent videos, and what they're doing is that they're putting on here that they're unknown monetization. This is another attempt from these people so that I don't get a check. See, the thing is, this is how they strangle you. If you don't getting a check, then you're like, what am I going to do this for? And I'll be honest with you, they're playing mind games with us, because that's exactly what I thought about. I'm like, why do I want to continue to doing videos like nobody's watching? But I realize that that is the strategy of the evil one. During censorship, they want you to feel like nobody wants to watch your content, nobody wants to hear what you have to say about God. God is not real, God is not anything, because this is why nobody wants to watch your videos. I'm going to show you here, years ago, when I started coming to Christ, I used to get 1,000 to 1,500 views on my Christian content. That was when I just started. I'm way more advanced now, I think, in my teaching, my understanding, my knowledge, in my research than I have been in the past. So I should have more followers, at least in the Christian aspect of things. But obviously they have a different agenda, because they want to cancel anything out that talks about these things, because they know that their time is limited. Their time is very limited on this earth. They're not going to get away with it. And this is what they do. What they did with Jesus, with Yahushua. They killed Jesus because they couldn't shut him up. The power was so intense. The truth is so intense when it gets out. So what do they have to do? These evil priests, you could say they were like priests, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they plotted to kill him because they had to shut him up. Their whole world was going to change as a result. You know, their prestige, all of the things that they were lying to the people about, all of that stuff was going to get revealed. And this is the same thing with the cabal. This cabal knows that their days are numbered. The awoke people, they're out in this country is intense right now. Everywhere. I mean, people are going to rumble, and that's another thing that I plan on doing, because I'm also interested in moving my stuff over to another format. Because I'll be honest with you, I even go now to YouTube to watch videos, and they keep repeating the same things that I've watched, or the same content that is just like that I keep bypassing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. And I'm thinking to myself, why do they keep playing this stuff to me? Of course they keep pushing it on me, because people aren't posting. A lot of YouTubers that don't make a lot of money, they're tired, they're frustrated, they're not making the same amount of money, they're not getting the same attention for their product. There's so much effort that goes into being a creative, to creating a video every week, to having an idea, to putting it down on paper, to getting it prepared. I mean, and then finally going through the process of getting ready to edit it. And I mean, if you do travel videos, I mean, that costs you money as well when you travel. And a lot of times you don't even break even, but you do it because at least it pays you back somewhat of your expenses for travel. But honestly, it really doesn't pay you back all of it. So, you know, it's very frustrating. This is why a lot of people are not posting, you know, great content anymore. And the ones that do, I'll be honest with you, a lot of them are corporate owned. They're by LLCs that are production companies that have actors, and they put them out to do RV videos and this and that and whatever. But these are all companies that they look like vloggers, but they're really companies, and they'll make like millions of views because there's so much money to be made from something like this. And if they get views like that every week, they make money. I'm not saying everybody's like that, because if you do support their agenda, if you support the New Age, if you support the New Age, if you totally don't talk about God, if you talk against God, you're probably going to get, you know, bonus points for that. If you are for, you know, sell everything and own nothing because you are going to live a happy life in a depreciating asset that's going to be worth nothing because you sold your wonderful house that appreciates every year, and you bought this asset that depreciates over time, and now you have no more money invested because all your money was into traveling. And of course they want to push this agenda on you, and those are viewers that are pushing that agenda. They're going to focus on them because that's exactly the agenda that they want, the propaganda out there. And I keep saying it over and over again that these 501c corporations, they donate to 501 corporations as anonymous, and a portion of their money goes to these anonymous liberal organizations that really are to help the communist agenda. People, you need to wake up and you need to see what is going on in this country. If you have, a lot of you haven't, you need to know that this is really what's going on out there. So, I mean, I don't want to play, dark every time when I'm here on this channel, but, this is my time to be able to talk to you and tell you what I feel and what I know is going on in the world. And I'm really hoping that a lot of you would wake up and realize that there is a lot of evil in this world. And we have to understand that in order to expose it. It's important that we always face the liars with the truth, because they don't like it. The thing is, the liars have the highest voice of all. This is why when they lie and you come to them with the facts and they know that you're right, they start insulting you, because they raise their voice to insult you. If it's not, on a text, or if it's not like written into your face, they'll come with things like that because they want to intimidate you, they want to embarrass you. They want to make you look like you're so small and you don't know anything. But the truth is, you have to keep coming to them with the facts, because that's how you're going to win every single time, is presenting the facts every single time to these people who continue to want to push an agenda or want to pick a side, and they're not open and they're not receptive to understand the truth of what's going on out there, because they are so blind in their ways. And a lot of this is demonic. I will be honest with you. A lot of this is demonic. The demons get inside of you and they control your mind and your thoughts. So you have to be really careful with that. You got to be careful of the people you hang around, things that the things that you listen to. Because when you listen to one side, you should always listen to the other side as well. For a lot of people that are still talking about, the election wasn't fake. Well, perhaps what you should have done is go to the opposing side. Go to some of those other platforms, Rumble and BitChute, and watch some of those election videos that show the proof of what was happening in that day, what was actually happening. There's so many videos, there's so much testimony out there. But people that don't go looking for the other side to be informed are the people who are under demonic activity, because they have been blinded by the enemy to just be hardened in their heart, be prideful, and not want to investigate. I mean, aren't you, if I was a person that felt strongly about one side and I was hearing all of this stuff going on, wouldn't you want to be the person that wanted to say, hey, I want to find this out, because I want to know the truth. I see a lot of people talking about this, writing about this, I'm reading a lot about this, I'm hearing a lot about this, and this is something that I have to find out for myself. What's the truth here? What is the truth? Because yes, there are a lot of bullies. A few years ago, I remember when Christian was in school, there was a big thing about anti-bullying campaigns in school, and I think to myself, wow, we have really come to the point that now we have bullies in the adult world. It's not just in schools anymore. It's actually in the adult world. Real, actual bullies. And you know what I call a bully? I call a bully a person who hides behind a fake name, a fake channel. They talk a lot. They come to you. They email you stuff as anonymous, but they would never say it to your face. I remember I went to the RTR a few years ago, and everybody was super nice to me. Nobody was ever mean. Nobody ever said anything to me. Nobody ever came up to my face and said, you know what, I don't like your channel. I don't like what you post. I don't like what you do. I don't like your hair. I don't like what you wear. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like this video that you did about this. Nobody ever said that to me. Nobody. Of all the people I met, nobody ever said that to me. And I think to myself, where are all those fake people that only come up to you hiding like little mice and little cowards from a text? They don't tell you anything to your face. Just like those girls that, that I was dealing with. They don't come and tell you anything to your face. Or nobody ever takes the time to converse. So this week in my Bible study this Saturday, stay tuned for that. I'm going to be in Mark 2, and I'm going to actually talk about repentance and what God put in my heart about repentance and forgiveness when you do things to others. So I hope you will go and watch that video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. I got a lot of exciting changes and things happening on the channel in the next few weeks, but I just need to take a breath to get there. I've been sick. Sometimes I overdo it. Honestly, I got to remember that I'm by myself and I'm trying to catch up, and I just overwork myself to the bone. And I did that a few days ago, and I paid a penalty for it because, man, I was sick the next 2 days. And I'll also give you the remedy that helped me, because I had fever and I tried to take flu medication, and I got cured the next day. So I'm going to give you that tip as well coming up at my channel. So stay tuned, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Hey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.